Just look at those massive lower and upper wishbone arms. Ayun. Wow, pre-collision assist. So medyo napalapit ako ng konti dyan sa Mirage sa unahan, so nagbigay siya agad ng warning. Medyo may pagka-skandaloso sila. Ayan na, let's go! 4,000 with Fox 2.5 shocks with Watts linkage. As you can see, the linkage is connected to the rear axle. This is to prevent relative sideways motion between the axle and the body of the car. That's why mas masarap i-drive kapag may ganitong suspension part. Hey guys, welcome back again to Team D TV. And today we are here at Ford Global City and we are inside the next gen Ford Ranger Raptor. Nagkaroon tayo ng chance to do a test drive of the Raptor. I was focused more on the test drive. Today, I'm back here at Ford BGC to do a more detailed review of the features. Kasi nga, last time panay test drive lang yon. So today, we will walk through the features of the Raptor and we will have another test drive within the city and I'll let you know, I will share with you the experience of driving this huge truck within this heavy traffic area of BGC. I feel so small standing beside this huge truck, the next gen Ranger Raptor 2024 in code orange color. I was still drooling of the previous generation Ranger Raptor that to me up to now still looks great. And yet here comes the next gen. 5,381 millimeters in length, 2,028 millimeters in width, and a height of 1,922 millimeters. It is taller, wider, higher in ground clearance, braver in wading deeper water level. And with a 50 millimeters increase in wheelbase, this next-gen Ranger Raptor has an even roomier cabin. If you are in the Philippines with the current lineup of trucks available in our market, and you say this truck do not catch your attention, you are not being true to yourself. The next-gen Ranger Raptor 2024 starts at 2,339,000 Philippine pesos, and here are the available colors. For the code orange, there is an extra fee of 15,000 pesos. Okay, silipin naman natin yung front fascia. The grille is now even bigger with bolder, spelled out Ford that you will not miss even if it's in black color. And then there's the legendary Ford C-clamp headlights. Pero ako, ang tawag ko dito, yung parenthesis headlight. Let's take a closer look. Here you can see it says Performance LED. Ford calls this as the Matrix LED with adaptive front lighting system and glare-free auto headlight. Adaptive means the headlight follows your steering input. So kung pakaliwa ka sa curve, sasabay siya na para bang meron siyang sariling manibela. Also, the light pattern adapts to the lane markings on the road using the camera. So for example, nasa probinsya ka, nasa kurbada ka, pakaliwa, yung left headlight mo lalakas at tataas ang bato so that you can see farther sa left, so that you can see the curve better, di ba? Sa normal car, without this feature, blind spot na natin yan at medyo delikado. But take note, kailangan nakaselect yung auto headlamp sa settings ng Raptor mo. And ang feature na to is dependent on the lane markings kasi binabasa nga ng camera. Kung walang lane markings, which happens sa ibang parte ng mga roads natin sa probinsya, minsan bagong asfalto, bagong gawa, wala pang lane markings. Kapag wala yun, walang mababasa yung camera. Yung glare-free auto headlight naman detects oncoming traffic and cars in front of you. If may na-detect siya na headlight ng kasalubong or taillights ng nasa unahan mo, automatically ibababa niya ang bato ng ilaw para hindi sila masilaw. And then of course, you have your LED fog lamps. This is how it looks when all the lights are turned on. There's the parenthesis DRL, hazard lights that are replicated on the side mirrors. Astig, di ba? Very commanding ang dating niya on the road. Moving down here, you have a pair of front tow hooks and a metal skid plate. The next-gen Ranger Raptor is fitted with a very popular and expensive BF Goodrich KO2. KO stands for Key Benefit On and Off-Road. 2 means it's the second generation. Tire size is LT 285/70 rim 17. LT means light truck. The BF Goodrich is known for off-road performance, including numerous wins at world-renowned events like the Paris-Dakar Rally and Baja 1000. Masasabi mo talaga na pati sa gulong hindi tinipid. Disc brakes on all 4 wheels with ABS, ESP, traction control, electric brake booster, autonomous emergency braking, etc. etc. Ang daming safety features. And then you have a black powder coated die-cast aluminum side steps. It really feels very strong and solid. I actually thought these are made of metal. Aluminum pala. So tough that they can work as rock sliders when you go off-roading. Let's move to the rear. Pagpasensyahan nyo na po, close up lang yung angle natin. I have very limited space here against the wall. As you can see, there's the big bold Ranger engraved on the gate. And then there's your proximity sensors. And then there are 2 holes here that hide the lamp for the plate number. Akala ko design lang pero nandun pala nakatago. Silipin naman natin yung taillights. Meron dito blind spot radar. This is the sensor that tells you when a kamote rider is tailing you or a small car is at your 7 and 5 o'clock. You will be notified on your side mirrors. The bulbs are all LED and I like the overall design, especially the DRL. Here's how it looks when turned on. There's the DRL, brake light. Notice that there's a brake light in the middle. And then the turn signal. And then the reverse light. The next gen Ford Ranger Raptor is equipped with a 360 camera. So there's your camera in front and camera on the side mirror. And here's the camera in the tailgate. Yun nga lang, there's no side step to access the bed. The next gen Ranger Raptor Sport has one, while there's an aftermarket for the previous gen. So I'm guessing there's also an aftermarket for the next gen. Front suspension is double wishbone with coil spring with Fox 2.5 shocks. Just look at those massive lower and upper wishbone arms. The rear suspension is coil spring with Fox 2.5 shocks with Watts linkage. As you can see, the linkage is connected to the rear axle. This is to prevent relative sideways motion between the axle and the body of the car. That's why mas masarap i-drive kapag may ganitong suspension part. More stable during cornering. Okay, let's open the hood. This is one big piece of metal, expected to be heavy. How I wish they installed a pair of hood struts to help in opening the hood. Medyo disappointing lang tong part na to. Anyway, powering the next gen Ranger Raptor is a 2.0 liter bi-turbo diesel mated with a 10-speed automatic transmission with E-shifter with a maximum torque of 500 Newton meters, 30 Newton meters more than the previous 3.2 Ranger Wildtrak, 50 Newton meters less than the 2.8 Hilux GRS. Okay, let's take a closer look at the engine bay. Here's your air inlet. Air goes into the air filter box. And then it goes all the way to the back to the bi-turbo. When you look at the engine bay, one thing na talagang kapansin-pansin is sa laki ng truck na to. Look at the engine, it's so small and there's a big space right here in front. And that's because Australia, they have the V6 version. And of course, the engine bay should be able to accommodate that bigger engine. If you look at the size of this 2.0 engine, it looks tiny, you know, relative to the big size of the truck. And it's quite amazing that it's able to produce 500 Newton meters of torque. And that's because of the bi-turbo or the 2-stage turbo. So you have your coolant right here and your wiper washer. There's your battery. Then the alternator is there in a higher position, matching the high ground clearance of this truck, making it more capable in wading deeper water. And then there's your AC compressor, fuse box, ABS module, brake fluid, and then the AC tubes connecting to the expansion valve. Another thing I noticed is the radiator fan. It's not connected to the engine. It's electronic that you would typically find in front-wheel drive cars. Well, probably because of the short engine, it's too far from the radiator. And then here's the radiator and the intercooler inside. Magkatabi sila right behind this huge Ford grille. And then down here in front of the intercooler is the radar. This is the radar, the technology that provides you pre-collision assist, and adaptive cruise control. Down here, if you look farther at the back past the skid plate, you'll see those black metal underbody protection. Here's the key fob. There are only two buttons, one for the unlock and then lock. When you press lock, you get one flash, and then when you press unlock, you get one flash, plus the DRL is turned on. And then the paddle lamp also comes on. It also has smart entry. As long as the key is nearby or with you, you can simply open the door. Now let's see if the tailgate is also controlled by the key and in sync with the rest of the doors. And yes, it is. Nice! It also has tailgate assist. Very easy to open and close. Then let's try to lock it using the key fob. Press lock and let's test. There you go. The tailgate is now locked. And then a central lock that will lock all doors including the tailgate. Inside the bed are 4 tie downs to secure your cargo. You also have 2 power outlets. On the right, you can plug your usual 220 volt household plug not exceeding 400 watts. On the left is the typical 12 volt cigarette plug where you can plug your car accessories not exceeding 180 watts. Okay, let's go inside. And up here you have suede leather, soft touch leather, nice, really feels good. And here plastic, and cup holders, and you have a unique way of opening the door. Power window controls, lock and unlock buttons, side mirror control. Kaya nga lang, only the 2 front windows can open and close automatically. Unlike the Hilux Conquest that we reviewed just recently, all 4 windows can automatically go up and down. As you walk in, you will be greeted by this step sill. Kung anong ganda ng design sa labas, ganun din kaganda sa loob. The leather, the code orange accent and stitching, they all really look and feel good. And then the black headliner that I really like. Ten-way power front seats. That's for the driver and front passenger. And the typical Ford front light controls that is usually located here on the lower left of the dashboard. The illumination control buttons for the instrument cluster is also there. Code orange accent on the aircon vent. The same suede material on the upper part of the door by the window. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me. The steering wheel layout has not changed much. Typical Ford still looks similar to the previous gen Ranger and Everest. Then here's the push start button and the 12.4 inches digital instrument cluster where you can monitor the performance of the engine. Then here you have the so-called Tesla style 12-inch colored portrait touchscreen central display with Ford Sync 4A. So, konting history lang, dagdag kaalaman lang about the history of Ford Sync. It is a factory-installed communications and entertainment system that allows users to make hands-free telephone calls, control music, and perform other functions with the use of voice commands. The first 2 generations, Ford Sync and My Ford Touch, run on the Windows Embedded Automotive operating system designed by Microsoft. While the 3rd and 4th generations, Sync 3, the one I have in my Ford Everest, and the Sync 4 or 4A, which is what we are looking at right now, runs on the QNX operating system from BlackBerry Limited. They're saying that the future versions will run on the Android operating system from Google. So in this interface, you will be able to control, change the settings of most, if not all, of the functionalities and features of the next-gen Ranger Raptor. From the basic volume controls, AC, driver assistance, connectivity, etc, etc, etc. And then I like it that they still have the physical knobs for the AC, because I still find it convenient to control using these manual dials and buttons, right? And later, who knows, baka magloko tong screen na to, you still have the ability to control the AC and all. So here's for your temperature. Nice. Oh, look at the graphics. So when you adjust the temperature, it goes up. Turning to the right, it becomes warmer, and turning to the left, it becomes colder. May indicator ng temperature, right? You can also use this actually. Ayan. So meron ka dyang virtual button, or there, or up. Okay. Nice. And then this is how to control your the blower, AC blower. You want to make it stronger. See? And let's turn it to low. Nice. And then your volume control. Max. Easy. Circulation. And this is for the passenger side. So this is actually dual climate control. And then down here you have some storage, and you have a wireless charger, right? And then you have USB ports. E-shifter for the 10-speed automatic transmission. And then move it to reverse. There's your reverse camera. Automatically it comes on here. Ang ganda ng screen. Nice and clear. And then kung gusto mo mag-manual mode, you need to press this. So for example, put it to D. There you go. You're on D. And then if I press manual, you see, it changes to M. Alright? And then you can also use the paddle shifter. 2 medium-sized cup holders and electronic parking brake. Terrain management system that gives you 7 different drive modes. Adequate size of center console box. Again, nice leather feel, deep storage capacity, and the cover feels solid. There's the sliding tray that I find very useful for coins and small items to keep. Then inside is a 12-volt power supply. Generous auxiliary switches already provisioned for your outdoor or off-road accessories. Sunglasses or eyeglasses holder, and indoor lamps. Okay, let's go to the second row. You have plastic here, soft touch leather, and again the same door handle, cup holders, and of course a continuation of the nice premium interior. When you sit here at the back, you will not feel left out. The designer did not forget about you. The same premium feeling, very comfortable space. I adjusted the driver's seat to my driving position, and just look at the leg room, elbow room, and headroom that I have. Again, I'm 5 feet 6 inches tall. And then down here you have your own aircon vents and power socket and 2 USB ports. And then you can surely accommodate a third passenger here in the middle seat with a dedicated headrest. There are 3 small pockets here for small items, and hidden in the middle pocket is the strap to help lift the seat and access the tools for changing tires, and another storage space for your extra tools. Hey guys, so eto, nandito na tayo sa loob ng next gen Ford Ranger Raptor and magta-test drive tayo. So, to those of you who have seen my test drive before, medyo maikli lang yun. That was during the 4x4 Expo dun sa Pasig. Yun yung kinumpare natin siya dun sa bagong labas lang din na Toyota Hilux GRS. So this time, we are here at Ford BGC and syempre kasama natin si Sir Enrique Hill Valencia. And again, sir, thank you for arranging this test drive.
No problem, sir.
So, ngayon subukan natin naman siyang i-drive within the city. Kasi as we all know, this is really a huge truck, di ba? So tingnan natin how does it feel driving it within the city. Kasama natin yung normal traffic. It's almost 12 noon. So marami naka-lunch break ngayon dito sa BGC. So I'm expecting na medyo masikip ang kalye. Then yun, tingnan natin kasi syempre marami naman din dyan sa inyo who are interested to buy this car na who wants to have a daily car na pwede mong pang office and then the same car na rin para as your toy pag weekend, pang camping or whatever outdoor activity that you want to do. So yun ang may po-provide ko sa inyo yung feedback. Alright, so tara, let's go. So electronic shifter, drive, automatic, lumalabas dito yung ano niya, no? Oops, nakalimutan ko, naka parking brake pala tayo. Ang daming driver's aid. So pag forward mo pa lang, pag di kita mo yung camera, makikita mo kung anong nasa unahan mo. Since this is a tall truck, yung camera sa unahan is really important kasi baka mamaya pag nasa bahay ka or nasa parking ka pa lang and hindi ka naman umalis agad and then marami kang ginawa and then by the time na umalis ka, hindi mo alam may bata pala dyan sa unahan. Hindi mo alam, masasagasaan mo, may aso or something, di ba? So, this is really important. Very useful and really functional yung front camera. Okay, nandito tayo sa traffic. Grabe, yung binabaan naming ramp doon. parang hindi ko malang naramdaman na bumaba eh. Kanina pag akit namin diyan, gumanon-ganon yung sasakyan eh, yung Everest, pero ito parang ganun lang eh. So again, naalala ko the first time I drove a Raptor, yun nga yung few months ago yung pinablish natin. Eto ngayon, pag tumitingin na naman ako sa side mirror, yung length niya, it reminds me na parang, oy, mahaba ka ha. Parang wag kang basa-basa liliko. So siguro, well, if you're the owner, you'll get used to it. Pero ako ngayon, since sabi ko nga kanina kay Sir Enrique, bago tayo mag-test drive, bigyan mo muna ako ng a few minutes para mag-honeymoon kami ulit. Kasi mahirap na, mamaya makasagi ako dyan eh. Ang ganda-ganda pa naman ng kulay. So, mga 10 minutes din ako kanina na tingnan ko dito and syempre, di ba? Kahit naman anong car, I mean, to those who have been driving for a long time and have driven different cars, I think you would agree na before you start driving a new car, I mean new as in new to you, kailangan kahit pa paano may honeymoon period kayo kasi kailangan pakiramdam mo yung number one, yung preno. Bago ka tumakbo kasi mamaya nasanay ka sa mataas na preno, ito pala malalim, mamaya pagtakbo mo pala makabangga ka na agad. So anyway, that's a general tip ko yan for new drivers. Okay? And I think yung mga kapwa driver ko dyan na matatagal nang nagda-drive, you would agree with me on that. So anyway, so eto nga, nakaupo na naman ako dito sa Raptor and ayan, panay ang tingin ko sa side mirror kasi mahaba nga siya. And I'm glad ang ganda ng wow. Ano ba yun? Konti lang yung tinapak ko sa wow, ganda ng response. Anyway, so as I was saying, panay ang tingin ko sa side mirror kasi nga mahaba tong sasakyan na to and nakikita ko yung puwet niya, yung balakang niya. ang sexy talaga. Yan. Ang ganda ng suspension as expected. So etong next gen, code orange na yung mga accent niya dito sa interior. And it's not too loud, pero ramdam mo na nandyan siya na mayroon kang orange. And I think
perfect combination kapag ka yung code orange din talaga na body color ang pipiliin mo, kasi siya yung perfect match ng accent ng interior eh. Sakto lang yung road feel, and ayun. Wow, pre-collision assist. So medyo napalapit ako ng konti dyan sa Mirage sa unahan, so nagbigay siya agad ng warning. Parang yung Everest ko rin na 2017 may ganong feature na rin to. Medyo may pagka-skandaloso sila. Yun lang tawag ko. Parang inaasar ko lang yung sarili ko pagka nag-iingay ng ganon yung Everest ko. Sabi ko, skandaloso. But of course, I appreciate that. Kasi kung minsan, hindi mo natatansya. So, ayan. Oo. Sinadya kong patalunin ng konti dun sa hump. Ganda. So, every time na may konting hump or may konting lubak, may konting imperfection sa kalye, feel mong lumalaro talaga yung suspension, and at the same time, feel mo na malaki ka eh. Yan. Oh my God. Ganda. Ang sarap ihataw-hataw. So again, like I said, yung feedback on sa inyo guys today, or I mean this time in this test drive is, how does it feel naman driving within the city? Obviously, sakto-sakto lang tayo sa lane. So dito sa front, maganda naman yung view ko dito. I don't really feel much na masyado akong malapit dito. Unlike dun nga sa Everest ko, isa yung sa mga complaints ko. So with this sitting position, kitang-kita ko doon sa front, and gusto ko yung size din ng side mirrors, nakikita ko yung lane ko. So I have to be honest, when you drive in this scenario, nasa city, talagang titingin ka lagi sa side mirror, making sure na you're inside your lane. Kasi baka mamaya makasagi ka eh. Lalo na kung medyo maliit na sasakyan na hindi mo masyadong nakikita. But again, probably that's just me kasi nga hindi pa ako sanay dito. Diba? So I mean, lahat naman tayo, siguro after 1 week of owning this, if you're a buyer and you just bought one, siguro after a few days na dinadrive mo siya, masasanay ka rin. But I'm just sharing the experience to you guys kasi right now yan ang nafe-feel ko ngayon. Napaka-ingat ko, tingin ako ng tingin sa side mirror.
Hindi ganitong parang muscle ang dating.
Kasi anong pinagkaiba?
Yung muffler.
Oh, sinadya.
Sinadya yung muffler para magkaroon ng konting tapang.
Kaya pala.
Hindi naman pagka umaandar ng
Oh.
Si Wild Track hindi, parang sumisipol lang siya. Pero ito, tinan mo, yung
kasama siya sa experience mo. No? So guys, yun yung pinapaliwanag sa akin ni Sir Enrique. Kasi nga napapansin ko, parang mas maingay siya. So sadya pa lang ganun kasi iba daw ang muffler nitong next gen Raptor, Ranger Raptor kumpara sa Ranger Wild Track. Ranger Wild Track and malamang yung Sport, tahimik lang no. Tahimik lang siya. Ito iba yung muffler. Kaya you know, it matches the chunkiness, it matches the size of the car. So ayan, pag tapak mo, may mafe-feel kang grunt eh. Parang dadaan si Lion King eh. 'Di ba?
Parang dinosaur talaga.
Ayun. So ito, katulad nito ngayon. Kung yung Everest ang dala ko, lumusot na ako. Pero ito, nag-alangan ako baka masagi ako nung Mirage. Okay, may konting hataw. Sarap. Yung grunt niya, tapos pag umakyat na yung RPM, may halong sipol. Ganda. Kumusta comfort mo dyan?
Parang nasa harap
Kapot.
kami, sir.
Oo. Ganda.
Parang nasa harap no? Parang hindi pinabayaan yung kasama mo sa likod no?
Unlike yung ibang pickup, pag nasa likod ka, parang kawawa ka.
Oo nga.
Dito, parang ka lang na feeling mo, nasa harapan ka. Tsaka kung mga long drive, hindi ka masyadong nahihirapan.
Hindi bugbog yung
May
katawan.
scoliosis ka or slip disc, mga ganon. Kasi yung mga may slip disc, sir, hindi talaga yun nakakapag-drive ng mahaba.
Matagal, oh.
Komportable kasi yung upuan
And,
niya.
and typical na yung may mga back pain sa mga 40s eh. Mga ganyang edad, nag-uumpisa na yan eh. Ako, meron na rin eh. So, yung iba na rin, may mga sciatica. So, ang usual, tama ba ako, sir? Ang karamihan naman yata ng bayan nito, nasa mga ganong age na eh. You know? Yung at that point in their lives, in their career, may pera na sila to buy this.
Yes, yun
So,
na, sir, ang
so,
advantage ni Ford, pagdating sa yung mga nitty-gritties,
Yes.
makikita mo na talagang
yung mga,
tinitingnan nila yung mga
they pay
small
attention.
details.
They pay
Like,
attention to the creature comfort.
Itignan natin yung yung lumbar nitong upuan namin dito sa likod. May lumbar support ito, unlike yung other na bench type seats na talagang upuan lang. Ito,
Meron
wala
pa-
siyang center foam dito
Oo.
na pag natulog ka, pag
Oo.
gising mo, masakit na yung tagiliran mo.
Oo.
Dito, pag hinigaan mo to, flat lang siya.
Oo. Tsaka yung ano, 'di ba? Pati bolster sa likod. Hindi lang kumbaga parang hindi yung inasikaso lang nila yung dalawang front eh. Diyan pati sa likod,
Tapos ikaw
komportable
dyan,
ka eh.
naka-body hugging seat ka.
Oo,
Talaga
ang ganda.
kahit magsigsag-sigsag ka,
Oo.
hindi ka aalis sa
Sasaluhin ka.
upo.
Yung previous dyan ba, sir, may ganito rin? Parang suede dito sa dashboard.
Meron din, sir.
Ganda. Ang sarap ng tunog. Parang therapeutic. Ang ganda ng suspension talaga. Sinasadya kong idaan sa lubak eh.
Kasi sir, ito yung
Oh.
Baha suspension.
Okay, test lang natin yung steering ratio niya. So, okay, nakasagad siya sa left and then okay, from here 1 2 3. Oh, mabilis. Mga 3 and 1/4 lang. Mabilis. Yung Everest 3 and a half eh. Antayin lang natin makaalis yung nasa unahan para makaboila tayo. So from 0, tingnan natin. Hindi man tayo mag-ooras talaga. Gusto ko lang makuha yung feel. Oh, ready ka na. Inikod mo dyan. O, teka, may sasakyan. Okay, mabilis naman siya. Ayan na. Let's go! 4,070, 78. Doon siya nag-shift siya sa 4,000 RPM. Ganda. Ganda. Tapos guys, meron pala siyang meron siyang paddle shifter. So kung gusto mo ring racing dito, ayan. Wow, ganda ng response. So kanina paakyat tayo, nakasegunda. So nag-downshift ako using the paddle shifter. Bumaba siya sa primera, kaya biglang ganun, umakyat yung RPM and nag-ingay yung makina. So dito sa section na to, medyo maluwag and ayun, medyo relaxing na ng konti. Hindi na ako masyadong nag-aalala sa mga katabi. So maluwag. Yan. Ang ganda ng tunog. Na-imagine ko na kung maglo-long drive ako tapos itong dala ko, tapos may ganyang tuwing pipiga ka ng gas pedal, may ganung response na may maririnig ka aside from the response of the engine that you are being pushed forward, may naririnig ka pa sa sa auditory sensory mo na parang kompleto eh. Alam mo yun, parang ASMR ang dating eh. So meron siyang blind spot monitoring, ayun, dumaan yung motor, ayan, very clear, kahit daylight, maliwanag. It's now 12:26 noon. Ang liwanag sa labas, naka-sunglasses pa ako pero yung blind spot warning niya very visible. Ramdam mo talaga that you are driving a big car. It feels so planted on the road. Very confident talaga yung drive, yung feeling mo driving this. Very solid. Ang very smooth din yung yung pag-shift niya kasi this is 10 speed to sir, di ba?
Yes, sir.
Hindi siya ganun ka-smooth na katulad nung naalala ko yung sa Grand Starex ko kasi van naman yun, dinesign talaga yun na super comfy. Since this is a sports or this is a performance truck, mas gusto ko pa rin yung may ganung konting feel na nag-shift siya. So eto, meron pa rin naman siyang ganun. Lalo na pagka nag-slow down ka sa traffic, mafe-feel mo rin na nagda-downshift siya. Which is good kasi nare-remind ka na para siyang nag-engine brake, right? Kung katulad ko kayo, kasi ako lumaki ako sa manual na transmission for a long time since I started driving, manual talaga. So nasanay ako na nagbibilang ng cambio kung nasa anong gear na ako. Although ito mahirap sundan kasi 10 ba naman, 10 gears ba naman susundan mo, kaya meron nga ditong indicator sa harap. But dahil nakasanayan ko ngayon, parang na-appreciate ko pa rin na nare-remind ako from high speed and then I go slow to sa traffic light. Kapag na-feel ko na nagda-downshift siya, it's a good thing for me. Parang kompleto yung pagdadrive ko kapag na-feel ko yun. Uy. Hindi pa tumakbo. Ayun lang, pagka may ganon, tapos may nakaharang sa'yo gusto mo tumawid, hindi ka basta-basta pwedeng gumanon lang Observe ka sa kaliwa para mahabol mo yung traffic light, hindi Ang lapad mo, ang haba mo Kung ako if I have the money to buy this, pwede ko tong i-pair doon sa Everest ko or any SUV. Tapos ito yung parang second car, pang coding, and then at the same time, ito rin yung pang camping namin ng wife ko pag weekend. 'Di ba? Ang gandang combination. Kasi dalhin mo na lahat ng camping gears mo, ang luwag-luwag. And then kung kasama namin yung mga girls, ang luwag din nila sa likod, sa second row. Baka nga hindi ko mapuno yung truck bed Sa laki, sa luwag And yun na nga, kung camping gears lang naman ang dadalhin mo, they're not that heavy. Hindi mo naman gagamitin to para sa yung talagang heavy load, para kailangan mo ng mabigat na capacity ng bed. Kasi 'di ba yung iba, mga 1 ton yata yung maximum load nito. Ito mga 750 kilograms lang to. Sakto lang. Kasi kahit doblehin ko yung camping gears namin, hindi aabuti ng 750. So, anong advantage naman nun? Dahil 750 lang yung capacity niya, na-tune naman yung suspension na maging still comfortable for the passengers. Pero pag chinun mo naman kasi yung suspension sa likod to handle or to carry 1 ton of weight of cargo, natural, expect mo na yung passenger mo naman aalog-alog talaga yan. So that's one important thing to consider when you're buying a truck. For what purpose? Diba? So kung with our lifestyle na camping once in a while pag weekend, and there's only like 4 or 5 of us sa family at one time, tapos gawin kong siguro storage yung likod, enough na, sakto, or too much pa nga siguro yung 750. Now with that cargo plus maglo-long drive, uwi kami ng Bicol or what, sakto lang, hindi ganun katagtag, comfortable yung drive mo. I'm in my mid-40s, may mga back pain na, so perfect na perfect, hindi matagtag, comfortable. Okay, so malapit na matapos yung test drive natin, pabalik na ulit tayo sa Ford Global City. And yeah, as expected, maganda talaga i-drive itong Raptor. So even si Sir Enrique, meron siyang personal na Ranger yung Sport, and he can tell na pagdating mo dito sa Raptor, it's still a totally different experience. Iba pa rin daw talaga. So the Fox suspension really matters. Mahal ang Fox suspension eh. And if you compare the price of the Raptor against its competitors or against the other pickup trucks that are available here sa Philippine market, kunin mo na yung top of the line nila, i-compare mo sa price nito. Napaka-konti lang, very minimal. Yung price difference ng Raptor, I would say it's already cheap. Kung i-consider mo lang that it has this Fox suspension system. Sulit na sulit, suspension pa lang. And kahit wag na natin pag-usapan yung mga extra features dito. Okay, so nandito na tayo sa Ford Global City, and there you go guys. So I hope you find some value in watching this video. Alam ko ang dami nang nag-review ng Raptor. So I hope may naidagdag ako sa inyong information. If you're buying one, please feel free to reach out to Sir Enrique, or if you have more questions, more details that you need for any inquiry, please feel free to reach out to him. Ipa-flash ko dyan yung number niya. And ayun. Alright, so thank you guys for watching. Drive safe. Bye.
If you like this video, please do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are also on Facebook. Please like and follow our page.
You whip up my appetite.